The South Carolina Democratic primary has officially wrapped up, with the results turning out just about how you could expect, if not a little bit better for Biden, as he won with over 96% of the vote and swept all 55 delegates in the state, as Marianne finished with just 2.1% of the vote and Dean finished with 1.7%, neither getting 15% in any district, thus unable to get any delegates. Dean Phillips did acknowledge the good old whooping he took in a tweet, but both him and Marianne are planning to stay in the race for now. And quick side note, as Marianne is someone that I support wholeheartedly, I think at this point she probably should concede, only because I think poor finish after poor finish in the polls hurts her credibility for a run in 2028. And at the end of the day, she's not going to primary Biden in this election. It's evident at this point, as much as I would like her to. I mean, she's just not getting the press to gain momentum. She's not getting the votes that she needs to get acknowledged. But even if she were getting these things, it would still be a very much uphill battle for her to fight. And I'm scared getting such low percents might take from her ability to be a strong contender in 2028, which is something that I personally had hoped for her. Biden, however, did outperform his 2020 results, especially when you look at certain districts, winning with 48% of the vote in 2020. He not only doubled that completely in the state, but in the upstate region in 2020, Biden received less than 40% of the vote. It was by far his weakest district. Well, in 2024, he was over 95% of the vote in each district in the upstate region. Voter turnout was lower for this election than in 2020, though that can be explained by a much less competitive race. It was still very much a two-dog fight in 2020 between Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. Biden seemed to know this victory was predetermined, however, as he wasn't even in South Carolina when the votes wrapped up. He was instead in California while the results were announced, though he did phone a state representative to speak to his supporters after the results were announced, and also released a statement on Twitter and all his social medias where he thanked the South Carolina voters and reminded them that their state was pivotal for his win in 2020 and that they have spoken again in his support and against Donald Trump. Also important to note, despite neither candidate really taking part in the primary in terms of like debating their opponents and such, the Democratic base is much more unified around Biden than Republicans are around Trump, as Trump is struggling to get 50% of the vote in his primaries, and Biden is clean sweeping delegates with almost 100% of the vote in each of these states. He won a massive write-in campaign when he wasn't even on the ballot in New Hampshire, where Trump only won by like 10% in his primary. This shows consolidation and strength within the party that isn't being shown on the Republican side. And when you look at polls like the Quinnipiac poll that shows Biden up 6 points on Trump, up 2 points when third parties are calculated, and even beating Nikki Haley when third parties are added into the election, I think there's a very clear path for victory now for Joe Biden against, the divisive orange guy that struggles to secure 50% of the vote in his own party. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.